What is popping? Your boy is back again, back at Guitar Center again, because you know what? I don't have a life. It seems like I only feel relaxed when I'm in Guitar Centers. Trying to buy some guitars and basses. Anyway, as y'all know, the other day I was talking about this bass right here, the Spector, because I never had a Spector before, just really getting into Spectors. I just got into Warwicks and bought 2 Warwicks. Now I'm in the Spectors. And I need another 5-string. Now, this 5-string is what I had at home. I sold my other 5-string. I had a Fender Squier 5-string classic vibe. And I had that, but I traded that to a dude with a guitar for a Godin guitar. So this is my only 5-string I have at the crib. But I want another 5-string. I want a good 5-string, right? And then I just happened to come here the other day, and I ran into this 5-string. Now, the reason I really took to the Spector, because, like I said, I'll tell you the story the other day. There's a guy who was selling a Spector 6-string on Craigslist, and I was about to make some moves. I thought we'd be able to do a swap. He didn't want to swap with me. So I'm like, all right, cool. Then I guess we ain't doing a swap. So now I came here to play with this. I came here to check out something else, and I saw the Spector. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me check out the Spector. And now I'm on the Spector tip. Now I just took it to the back. My man Chris, he went and he set it up. He did the truss rod. He made everything cool. The only thing about this bad boy is it's supposed to be a tone pump preamp in it. And there's no tone pump preamp in it. So you got to sacrifice. Now, I would do a little bit more research. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some money down on it. It says buy local 11/14. So it came in on the 14th, I guess. But anyway, I'm just going to put some money down on it and do some more research, because I don't want to pay more money than what it's worth. In other words, I think it's worth the money. It's a Czech Republic, mainly Czech Republic Spector. So it's not, I've learned a lot about Spector. So I can talk about Spector now. Like, I know about Spectors. There's a Korean-made Spector. There's a United States-made Spector. And then there's a Czech Republic-made Spector. This is made in the Czech Republic. Now, after checking out the Czech Republic, I went on YouTube, as I always do, because I research stuff before I buy anything over $1. I research it. And I checked out they let you go through they sent you on a tour through the Czech Republic factory that makes these. And the thing about these are, they make these by hand. In other words, they sand them down. This is a 3-piece neck right here. They sand them down. They do everything by hand. It's not on a CDC machine or a CNC machine, whatever that is, where you just crank them out, crank them out, crank them out. Which somebody says it's not bad to be on that kind of machine, because at least you know you're going to get some consistency with the machine. But it's nothing like knowing that somebody took their hand and went through this and really gave it a good, go over. Then they put these seashell joints in here. These are seashells. They put those in there. And my man just tuned up to get, he checked out the neck for me, hooked up the truss rod for me and everything. The only thing was, again, it's supposed to be a tone pump preamp in here. There's not a tone pump preamp here. There's some other kind of preamp in here, and I'm not feeling kind of good about that. That's the only thing. I'm not feeling good about that right now. And it sounds different. It sounds different from last night, because last night, let me see, maybe I got something wrong here. Let me turn this down. All right, this is the, what is this? It sounds different from last night when I was playing in this amp. It sounds a little bit different. Last night when I played this, it was really bright. I know that's the trouble. I think this is the blend. All right, hold on. All right, so that's the volume. I gotta figure which one is the blend. All right, that's the bass. That's the treble. And that's the blend. Okay. All right, now I got it. I got it. I told me I'm not a bass player, and I'm not, but I know how to play bass. And the B string sounds so tight. I mean, now we're going to check out these other 5 strings because they're cheaper. My Fullerton is definitely one of them basses that is different. And it doesn't have 2 humbuckers. It has 1 humbucker and one kind of like a jazz bass pickup, almost like. It kind of reminds me of the Warwick Jasmine 5. It has that setup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a couple passages of nothing to see if I can compare this through 3 of these basses. Period. This bass is 649, okay? And my man just took it through the paces. He made sure everything was cool with it. It got the curvature, like I said. It got the body that's curved. And from what I understand, Spector did this body first, then Warwick did theirs second. And y'all saw the video from the other night. My streamer double humbuckers had the same contour bass. So maybe Spector did it first, then Warwick did it second. It don't matter to me. Go. So I gotta do something to make sure I know what the sound is each time. So here we go. I gotta make sure I put it in the middle. Volume is up. Bass and treble is up. It don't have no indentation either, man. It's not like you can know where the halfway point is. I wonder if the other Spectors you can know where you are halfway. So I think I'm halfway now. All right, now remember what that sound like. Now remember, hold on. That man, this chop, it doesn't sound like a Music Man, but it's dang near close. This pickup right here near the neck, that thing is crazy. The bridge pickup is like, it's alright, but this neck pickup, oh man, I wonder what the tone pump preamp would sound like, man. Oh, I'm disappointed, man. That I wouldn't know what the tone pump preamp. I gotta see how much it costs, man. But that does sound good. Okay, so now we're on to the Fullerton bass. And this, at least you have indentations to tell you where you are halfway. Okay, so this is the blend knob. And I think I had the bass turned up on both of these. Yeah, this turned all the way up. All right, let's go. The Fullerton. This is active pre-2, so this one is active. You can't go to passive with this. It's always active. This one's always active. I'm not sure about that Music Man we're going to check next, all right? So remember what that sounded like. I remember. All right, here we go. Now this bass. Now, that sounds pretty doggone good. It's in the middle. We got the bass and the treble all the way up. Now, let's go back to the Spector. You remember what that sounded like, right? I'm only doing this for me. I'm not doing this for y'all. I'm doing this for me tonight when I go home. And, all right, now, again, the Spector all the way up, bass all the way up. Which column is up, and the blend in the middle. It's totally different. It's like if I blended this to the top pickup. It would almost sound like the other bass. Now that just goes to show you though, the other bass is a nice bass. And this bass doesn't sound like that bass, but that bass has its own identity as well. So this bass right here, which is the Fullerton bass, it sounds good too. Don't front. Don't front. I just don't like the way it sits on my lap. I gotta stand up and play this. This is, like I said, active preamp. I gotta stand up. I gotta have some. I can't play this the way I want to play it right here on my lap. I just can't. Now I'm gonna trade some stuff in for this bass right here, but I'm not, because I would be upset if I wasn't happy about it. I'd be like, yo, man, you can't. Say for instance, I traded some stuff in with Guitar Center towards this bass right here. If I didn't like it, I can't bring the bass back and get my stuff back that I traded in. I'd be like, yo, dog, I can't get my stuff back. I don't want the bass. Nah, you gotta get your money back. So it's best that I just get the money together, sell my stuff on Craigslist or OfferUp or Let Go or Facebook Marketplace, and then at least I know I'm just getting my money back, as opposed to like me trading in some really nice guitars that I really like. I'm like, oh man, now I'm ticked off because now I done lost my guitars to a bad trade, which would be my fault. It wouldn't be their fault. And all right, so now let's go with the Sterling bass right here. And this thing is heavy. It's only $400 for this one right here. All right, okay, and this has a switch, the 5-way switch. So that's the bass. That's the treble. Not bad. Oh, you gotta admit though. You gotta admit that hit right there is Music Man, and this is not even a real Music Man. In fact, I think this is a sub bass. Yeah, it's a sub series, so this is not even a Sterling regular. This is a Sterling sub. See, the only problem with this is this bass is $400, and if you ever had to trade it back in the Guitar Center, used is gonna go for $299, and then they're gonna give you half. That means you're gonna spend $400. You're gonna get $150 back on the bass if you had to trade it back in. So if you buy it, you better get ready to sell it for the same price. But this sounds good too, man. I mean, I like the neck. It's made in Indonesia. This sounds good too. What makes this different is you do have the switches. Let me make sure. There's no blend on this. There's no blend. This is a treble, bass, half, volume. The rest is done with the switches. Rest is done with switches. And I like it, man. I mean, I only like this one right here though. You can really hear that pull. I mean, but again, I wouldn't buy a Music Man or a Sterling Music Man or a Sterling sub, knowing that if I become discontented with it, I'm gonna be like, yo, man, how much can I get for this? And a lot of people don't like Music Mans, man. So, like, really trying to sell them on the market. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm about to stay till 9 o'clock, man. I've been here this long. Trying to sell them on the market, like, oh, dog. Like, a lot of people buy, like, Ibanez 5s and stuff like that, but they will not touch a Music Man 5. Now, the Music Man sounds pretty good, though. It sounds good, and the pickup's not even all the way up. I like my pickups up to the string. Look how low that is. I mean, the action on the pickup is really, really low. Now, again, let's go. In fact, let's go get another bass. Let's go get the Ibanez. If I had to choose between the Ibanez and this one, I don't know. I don't like Ibanez basses either. But we'll go get the Ibanez and see what the Ibanez is talking about. All right, hold tight. The Ibanez or Ibanez. Some people say Ibanez. And the reason I would never buy this is because it's the GO series. Now they have a 5-string here, but it's locked up, and that's for $15.99. And my man is selling his 5-string for like $7, And it's the 1400. That one right there is called the 2400, which is the one that devalued his bass and made his bass pretty much worthless. All right, so basically here we have the boom button. This is Ibanez. It doesn't have. Oh, these knobs are horrible. They just go past where you want to twist them at. All right, let's just see what it sounds like, even though I would never buy it. See, the knob got boom. Just already telling you, you don't want to buy something that's gimmicky like this. Why would somebody want to put a boom tag on here? You know why? Because kids were like, "Oh, mommy, that has the boom tag." So for $300. Now I don't know what does what. So it's like an active. I don't know. Where's the volume at? So that's the volume. That's like a mid scoop. And this boom is like the bass circuit. And it does make it loud. This is made in. Where's this made at? I can't even tell where this is made at. Made in Indonesia. A lot of bases are made in. A lot of stuff's made in Indonesia right now. I mean, it's alright, but I wouldn't spend $299 for it. I mean, it doesn't have any like. It doesn't have any presence, but what would you expect for $299? What you expect, man? A freaking what's that bass I just found out about today? I never heard of it. Begins with a Z, a Zinky or something like that. What do you expect? A Zinky or a freaking I don't know. I don't know all the basses out there because I'm not really a bass player. But there's a lot of basses out there I never even heard of in my life until I started getting into this bass game. And but what you expect, man, for $299? Some of them basses are so freaking intricate you can't get the freaking fret for $299. Talking about play too much. So before we go, we're gonna go. Look at it, that bass trying to get off the hook. We're gonna go between these two again. The 5-string that I own already, which is this one, and the 5-string that I'm going to put some money down on. Here we go, my 5-string. Top pickup, back pickup, and you would expect that because this is a double coil, that's a single coil, and you can't split them or anything, so you expect to get that in the back, you expect to get that in the front. Put a little bass on it, put it in the middle. Where the rubber hits the road though is when you really split this up. So now I'm listening to just the top pickup, which is not, again, it's not a humbucker, it's a single coil. Bass and treble turned all the way up, right? Now let's go to the back one. A lot of high end in this bass. Now put it in the middle. Now, quickly, while y'all still have it in your memory, hurry up. Because I know y'all drinking watching my videos. Because y'all like watching my videos. I just met those other guys. I ain't meet these other guys. I saw his videos. He's pretty funny too, man. I forgot his name. I'm going to make sure I put his videos down in my link. Because I ain't a hater. He's a funny guy too, man. He's a real funny guy. He's not as funny as me. But he's kind of a funny guy. Something Jones. As you can hear, it's louder. Definitely a louder piece. Again, you hear the power. The front humbucking, and these are EMG HZs. These supposed to be passive. So these are passive pickups with an active preamp. Yeah, this smokes that bass, cuz. But it's still good to have that 5-string around. Now I got it right. This is the front pickup. This is the volume. Oh, this is incorrect, my friend. I'm learning the bass, man. It didn't tell you how to use the bass. I'm finally doing the best video on this bass, because other people don't even tell you. They just play the video. They just play the bass. They don't tell you what's going on with the bass or anything. I just told you. I had my man open up the bass. There's no tone pump preamp in this bad boy, and these are the volumes for each pickup. So if you turn both of these down, there's nothing. Now this pickup, back pickup. So front back, front pickup. So this is your contemporary. So this is not a bad circuit. This is not a bad circuit. I don't know much about circuits, but it's not a bad circuit, because at least you got the volume for each pickup. So instead of you having a blend, you can pick which one you want up loudest in the proportion to the bass and the treble that you have on the bottom. Again, I would be happier if it had the tone pump preamp in it. So I'm going to have to find out how much the tone pump preamp is, and see how much it's going to cost for my man to put the tone pump preamp in, if I can find it, or just put a whole nother preamp in here. I'll go ahead and put some money on this joint, because I think it's a well-made bass. Again, it's made in the Czech Republic, and it got Spector's name on there, and it's like precision crafted under the license in the Czech Republic. And the Czech Republic basses are really good basses. In fact, this is really a good deal on this bass, despite the preamps not in here. They don't make this bass anymore, and this bass actually is worth $1,000. It's actually worth $1,000. So we ain't gonna say nothing. Look it up. Czech Republic, Spector. What's the name of this bass again? It's called the I don't want to look at it. The something 5, the ReBop 5. I'm telling you, man, there's so much stuff in my mind, man. This freaking election, man, work, the studio, man. My memory is going crazy. I don't want to think that I'm getting that thing, man, but I'm just all over the place. One more time. What time is it? All right, it's about time to go. Might play a little bit more. Front pickup. You know what I'm gonna ask my man to do? I'm like, yo, I'll buy this if my man in the shop take off this freaking tape and put some freaking real solder on it. Last box. All right, I'm out. My man gonna hook the bass up and